What's up, guys? Welcome to an episode of Calcio Basta with Giovanni, Daniel, and myself, Luca. Lots of stuff to talk about from this weekend, guys. Milan with the big win over Napoli. Inter finally back to winning ways. Lautaro with a hat trick. Great performance by Kalulu against Napoli. And yeah, so where should we start, guys?
I think we definitely start with Kalulu, no?
Kalulu? Yeah, let's go ahead.
Kalulu.
Good performance, man. He dealt with Osimhen really, really well.
Yeah. I think him and Tomori did an amazing job with him. Although I do believe that there was an instance where Tomori took down Osimhen.
No, it was clear. It was a clear penalty.
It was a clear penalty. But regardless, in hindsight, in terms of the whole game, they did an amazing job trying to keep Osimhen in check, and Osimhen came to play. He was alone, and he still was a problem.
No, he was Osimhen.
He had no help whatsoever.
Yeah.
No help whatsoever from Zielinski. Ghost. Insigne might as well not even get on the field, and Politano was just had a terrible game. So he was literally alone, and Osimhen still looked dangerous, and Kalulu did a great job, keeping him in check. And obviously, keeping the goal, keeping clean sheet.
He was everywhere. He did a bit of everything, Kalulu, across the whole back line.
I think they had a game plan going in, right? Because the past few games, Napoli hasn't been explosive really offensively. Let's be honest. So I think they knew that it's been a thing for Napoli recently to if Osimhen's in shape and he's healthy and he's starting, that they're gonna just bomb the ball forward and hope he can outrun somebody or turn a corner like he did once or twice in that game, but obviously tight angles that it didn't work. And I saw them constantly. I mean, one was always on him, but sometimes both of them were on him, like doubling him. And it was just a focal point for them that they had to keep him on those tight angles. And he didn't really have a clear shot at any point of the game. Yeah. So they did a really good job. And like Dan said, it wasn't just Kalulu, but it's a bright performance for Kalulu because of Milan's situation in defense. It depends for them going forward. Do they invest in him going forward, or do they need to go? They're eventually going to get one anyway because Romagnoli probably won't be there. But a really bright performance by both of them, and they're both young.
Look, without Romagnoli and obviously without Simon Kjaer, who's out with the ACL injury for the rest of the season, they really complemented each other well, Kalulu and Tomori. At times, you could see Tomori being exposed, and there were moments that Kalulu was right there, just cleaning up. Really, really, really solid from him. And I mean, also during the game, it was interesting. After the game, there was a lot of hype leading up to the game. Obviously, it's a big chance. It was Napoli-Milan. Both teams were even on points. Basically, whoever wins doesn't have a big advantage, given that there's still 10 games left in the season. But it was definitely a game that Napoli wanted to capitalize, especially playing home and win. And there was a quote after the game, Insigne to Sky Sport. He said, "Giocando così nessuno si ricorderà di noi." Playing like this, nobody's going to remember us.
Yeah, I got chills that you just said that, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so true. I mean, you could stop the quote there. There's nothing else you need to say because it's true. All the hype going into the game, one of the Curva came back that wasn't there. All the fans bring out their scarves. It's an electric atmosphere. They lived up for it maybe for the first 5-10 minutes, and then we just didn't do anything. Like Milan just grew into the game, and we never set foot. I mean, let's be honest. Like Milan didn't do anything too crazy. They were clinical on that one chance, a half chance maybe that Giroud had an instinct to get his foot to it, and he scored. But sometimes that's all it comes down to in is little moments in those games, and they did it.
Do you guys think that there was more desire from Milan, or do you think they just had a better game plan going into the game?
It wasn't a thing about desire. Napoli wanted it too. Like don't let people fool you saying like, oh, the players didn't want it or or whatever it is. They wanted it. It's just Milan, Pioli put the team out in the only way that they could have beat Napoli, because on paper and on the field, Napoli are a better team. Napoli play better. Napoli are better. This way, he made the game ugly. That's the way you got to do it. Yeah. He let Napoli have the ball, but who's getting hit here? Who's time wasting there?
No, he made it tough. They made it tough
for us, and that's the way it is because this team is a fragile team. Once you get in their heads, that's it. It's over.
We've seen in the past, physicality is not something we deal with well over long periods of time. And it came down to match day 28 in a season, in a huge game. And we weren't there
Johnny,
in that phase of the game.
Johnny, think about it. Who are the teams that Napoli always struggle against? Always.
Verona.
I think of Verona. I think of Udinese, Cagliari. All these teams, what do they have in common? They don't play soccer.
They just play.
They're brute forces.
They just go to make it hard for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we see that constantly. So Insigne is right. And he might be one of the reasons why they won't remember, because that attack did nothing. I mean, Dan mentioned it. That top three, I mean, besides Osimhen, who was alone, but I meant the three of Politano, Insigne, and Zielinski. Zielinski too, nothing. Just nothing. Like literally even going forward. Fabian was trying, him and Lobotka were trying to get
even Lobotka was trying.
And nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And honestly,
wasn't there.
I was watching the game with you, Johnny. I mean, it's tough seeing Zielinski not able to do his thing and have a good game, because usually Zielinski is a guy that when he's on, everything ticks for Napoli. Going forward, this might be a stretch, but in certain ways his influence is Hamsik like, just given how he has that presence. Absolutely. He is box to box. Is he of that level of Hamsik in Napoli yet? No, but he is similar to the guy, and he's the guy that has everything tick. And even when he's having a tough game, it shows, because going forward, it was really, you're right, it was Osimhen against the backline of Milan. When going the other way, it was Leao had room, Salamakers had room, Giroud had room. It was always 4 Milan players attacking, and for Napoli, it was maybe like basically one the whole time.
Yeah. Think about it this way. We play with the trequartista. The last time we ever played with a trequartista was under Benitez. And ironically, it was Hamsik. Hamsik was the trequartista. In the beginning of the season, he started off amazing, very similar to the way Zielinski started off this season. Amazing. Then all of a sudden, dip in form, injuries here and there, whatever. The whole team revolves around one player, and that is the trequartista in this formation that we play.
Yeah.
If that guy's not playing well, nothing ticks in the attack. Nothing. And that's where we're getting our problems from, I think. Because even without the wingers, take away the wingers, if you don't have the trequartista working, that's why we won against Lazio. That's why we won against Lazio, because Elmas went right in there and played a great game.
He's the glue. Yeah. He's the glue to the attack. He just gets everything going. But I mean, honestly, look, to wrap it up here, there's negatives in the result, but there's also big positives. It's not like the rest of the way Milan has this 10-point gap to defend. It's 60 points. Napoli, you guys are on what? 57. It's only a gap of 3, and we're not talking of 4 or 5 games left. There's 10 games left. So there's plenty of room that anything can happen. I mean, look, if there's a chance that Juve has, people say Juve is also, it's a 4-horse race. It's not just 3-horse. If there's a chance for Juve to somehow creep into maybe the second place spot, there's definitely room for Napoli to creep into first.
Look, I don't see one serious team. Whoever wins this league is going to win it by accident. They're not going to, it's not going to be like they took it by the scruff of the neck and went 10 games unbeaten. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen like that. Whoever wins this, it's going to come down to probably the last day, and it's going to be like the dumbest idiotic play ever, like an own goal that wins this league. Like, that's the way this league has been going.
So, it'd be poetic to finish that way. I mean, I even for work, I was doing a whole graphic where I had to do like the remaining fixtures against teams in the top 10. All of the top 4 right now have either 4 or 5 games against teams in the top 10. And then we know that the lower teams still can pull one out. Inter have to go to Cagliari late, I think second to last game of the season. Anything will happen there. Look at what they did to us. So there's a ton of tough games for all the 4 teams, and Juve probably has the lightest out of the top 4, but they have one.
Next up for the top 4, it's Samp Juve, Milan Empoli, Torino Inter.
Verona Napoli.
Verona.
Away to Verona.
You thought this game defined the season? check out next Sunday and
That's
see.
what I'm saying.
see
This
what
game
we're
is
doing.
not gonna. It's not gonna define the season.
No,
because
it doesn't
it's
define
gonna,
the season.
It's gonna come down to who's gonna drop silly points. That's what it's
It
gonna come down to.
dampens morale, but the
That's the
season
problem.
is
Yeah.
not over.
No,
You
the
know,
season is not
because
over.
of 30
No.
points left on the table. You know, that's
A
the
lot of
thing.
points.
It's more the thing that people are upset about, especially Napoli fans, is that these games, it seems that it's just it not seems, it literally is a very bad trend that we have, that whenever we need to come up big in a big game to make a statement, say we're the top dogs, we're the guys that everyone needs to beat this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's always a Zigaganazo.
Yeah, it's a
that's the
letdown
problem.
every time.
They do.
That's the problem. And that's why, like in hindsight, it looks like, all right, you know what, they lost the game, you know, but there's 10 games left. But in reality, it's like we lost to our biggest rival right now.
Yeah.
Or Napoli lost to their biggest rival right now. And that's huge in terms of mentality shift.
Yeah. I mean, going forward, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, we're going to be recording again next weekend, and the day after next weekend, and we'll see if we're having a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see. All right, guys, thanks for being with us here on Calcio Basta. Look forward to seeing you again.
Yep, keep following us on everything so far that we have. It's TikTok, Twitter, both Calcio Basta TM, on YouTube, Calcio Basta. So hope you guys can tune in on all three platforms. We're trying to be consistent on all three. So just appreciate the support so far. We're almost at 50 followers. So if you guys can get us there soon, we appreciate it. And we'll keep on going. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.
Forza.